Welcome. Thanks for joining us. I'm Monica Murphy, Senior Coaching Partner here at the Speech Improvement Company in Boston. And with me is my esteemed colleague as well, Laurie Schloff.
Hi,
Welcome.
everybody.
And today we have a fantastic topic to talk to you about. As speech coaches here at the Speech Improvement Company, what we do is work with people worldwide on feeling more comfortable and confident in speaking situations. So today's topic that we've chose is one that we feel is very relevant, and that is on job interviewing. What are important tips and techniques to keep in mind as you head for that next job? So, Lori, why don't you start us off? Talk about
Sure.
why is it important to even think about your communication
Yeah,
when you go into an interview?
I don't want people to get overly nervous, but it's really a little scary. It really is that a job interviewer just sees such a small slice of you.
That's
They
true.
often don't
That's
see
true.
you on the
Very
job.
short.
They can't look inside your soul to see your character. They don't know what your friends think of you. So it's this very small slice of you. So you really want to do your best. Absolutely. So I'll start with one tip and then we can
All right, sure.
just share.
Sure.
One is be yourself, but be yourself at your best. We used to call it dressing in your Sunday clothes. So look your best, speak your best, be more prepared than you would normally be. You really want to have it be your best half hour. No matter how you really feel inside, you really have to shine during the job interview and
That's a good
stand
point.
out.
That's a good point. Yeah, it's a good point.
Thoughts?
I would say, well, I mean, it's so important to think about the idea too of perhaps when you're in there speaking, use examples. And you've shared that before. Really give some examples of things that you've done that you've been successful doing. Help paint a picture for them. It is only a short half hour, and that you may be one of 82 people that they're seeing. So what are some
Right.
things that stand out about you that are unique
Right.
that you've done? And we like stories. We're storytellers.
Right. So, for example, I wouldn't just say I've helped a lot of people. Maybe I'll talk about a person who wanted to become big in the software industry and she had to give a big talk.
What a good example of my example. What a team. What a team.
Yeah,
All
examples
right.
of example, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, you get it. It's to form some sort of picture in the interviewer's mind that makes you stand out.
Right, right. I would say another important thing to think about is keep in mind too that you have the ability to ask questions. Like I always will recommend to people, ask about the culture of the company that you're going into. What are the people like there? What do they like to do? How do they, what happens towards the end of the day? Is it even a place you really want to be? I think that's such an important
Point.
piece.
Sometimes we're so nervous about just getting a job, we'll
Right.
land in the wrong place, and that's
Right.
just not going to work in the long run.
Right.
Another tip, and if you're a procrastinator, you won't like to hear this one, is I'd like you to really prepare more for the questions you might get. Everyone knows the common questions. What's your biggest challenge you ever faced? What are your strengths? What's your biggest weakness? Blah, 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 blah. Well, here's a tip. Get a spiral notebook or index cards if you like them. Write the question at the top of the page or the card, and then just give some bullets about how you might answer the question and practice with a coach or a buddy.
Such an important part.
Yeah.
Better to be more proactive than reactive when it comes to interviewing. And think about it. There's a lot of other qualified people. What makes you unique? Another thing that we talk about here as speech coaches is making what we call that can-do statement.
Okay.
Talking about things that you can do that will add to what the job offers.
I like that. What value you'll bring to the company. What makes you special.
Right.
Oh, nonverbals, of course, how you act, how you use your hands, how you sit and all that. Everyone knows that's important. Yet, recently I worked with someone who's going to a top school and was having an interview. And he wrote me recently that the coaching really helped because he didn't realize that what he would do is he would put his head down like this when he was thinking. And it gave the impression that he was too shy.
Oh.
So he needed to learn how to think with his chin up.
A lot. And in addition to that, one of the really tough questions that people talk about is how do I answer that salary question? How do I handle the question about money and do it in a confident way?
Right.
So another tip I would offer to you to think about is this: when you give that salary amount, always make sure that you are maintaining constant eye contact. Don't let your eyes drop.
Okay.
So, for example,
Right.
if they say, "What are you looking for salary?" and I'd say, well, I'm looking for something in the $50,000 range.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
look back up again. I've already just shown either that I don't feel
Right.
like I'm worthy, or that I'm not confident asking for that amount when maybe the amount that was allotted was 60,000, and I've just I've just shown that I'm not, confident enough for that level. So always maintaining that eye contact when you give that response.
So, and getting comfortable talking about certain topics, like salary,
Right.
I think is
Yeah.
an excellent idea. Most important, remember that you want to stand out in a way that's genuine and real. You don't want to be a phony.
Right.
Because you want to make sure that the person is getting an accurate picture of who you are, and of course you're checking them out as well to decide if it's a good fit.
There's so much going on, so many levels. I mean, the other thing I would say, which is so basic, is do your research before you get in there. I mean, we're jumping all around. This should happen well before you walk in the room. You should do a lot of research first. Check out their website. See what's available about them. What can you find out? What do friends know about them? What's the product they put out? What does it seem, what does the feel like there on the web, or any other information that you can get for them, so that you do know what you're walking into and you've got a good picture painted.
And don't forget your speech patterns. Don't be boring by being overly slow or umming or ah. Be fluent, have the words flow. Again, doesn't matter what kind of morning you had or how difficult parking or traffic was. Put energy in your voice.
That's right.
Look, how is your enthusiasm going to be conveyed? It's not going to be conveyed through doing a project, most likely. It's how you talk about things.
And along those lines, with the language, be careful for tentative language. Words like I think, or I hope, or sorta. I sort of held the position of manager in the last company, or I kind of grew a company budget from 10,000 to 30,000, or I sort of pulled 15 people together in a group. I mean, you really got to be very confident in what you've done. Who wants someone that sort of kind of did the job?
Absolutely. We want someone who will do the job.
Right.
Also, think about the poor interviewer. Sometimes it's a thankless job. They might see person after person. Be delightful to be with. Make it easy on the interviewer to talk to you.
Excellent tips. Excellent tips. All right, well, this wraps it up for us for this episode of Talking About Talking. We'd love to hear from you. What things do you feel are interesting and cutting edge going on now in job interviewing? Feel free to drop us a line at speechimprovement.com. We're always here to listen and certainly enjoy the comments and conversations. So for us here at the Speech Improvement Company, we'll say thanks for listening, and we'll look forward to speaking with you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye for now.